What's going on, guys? Welcome to Hugo Builds. My name is Hugo. My girlfriend and I are architects living in Ottawa, Ontario, and we design and build these small renovations on the side. We want to show you that with some basic carpentry skills and a few tools, you can save a ton of money, possibly tens of thousands of dollars. Stay tuned till the end of the video to see the full cost savings. In this video, we'll be focusing on the kitchen build out. You'll see how we took this moldy, old, falling apart hoarder's kitchen from this to this. If you have the skills to put together an IKEA bookshelf, you can build this kitchen yourself. Go and watch the previous videos in this series to see how we get this place fully cleaned up and ready for the kitchen install. In this episode, we'll be dealing with a quick overview of the IKEA kitchen planner. Then we'll be showing you the process of building and installing IKEA section cabinets, doors, and custom panels. Once that's all done, we'll deal with the subway tile, backsplash, and we'll finish it up with a full cost breakdown at the end to see how this all costs. First things first, with an IKEA kitchen is the IKEA kitchen planner. We've done a bunch of these over the past few years, so I'm getting pretty used to the software. It has all the cabinets they offer, and you can plan your entire kitchen layout in here. This kitchen is super tight. It's just about 9 feet by 9 feet. And because this is a condo, we couldn't really move mechanical and electrical, so we kept the layout like it was originally. Once everything was figured out, we print off our design and head out to the store to make the order. Once we got around to renting a Home Depot van, getting stuck in traffic, waiting a couple of hours in line for our order, wheeling a bunch of boxes on a dinky dolly on uneven pavement to site, we were ready to assemble. I'm sure I'm a minority here, but I actually enjoyed this part. I just throw on some headphones with an audiobook and I get everything organized. Alright. The great thing about IKEA kitchens is that they're super easy to install. All you have to do is mount a rail to the wall and hang the cabinets on here. We used a laser line to get the rail perfectly level and then screwed it into the studs. I only noticed that the bulkhead here was 2 inches too short for standard upper cabinet dimensions once the drywall was all finished and painted. You'll see me hanging 30-inch uppers here, but I later replaced those with 20-inch uppers to have more working area. On the fridge wall, we left the 30-inch cabinets and the backsplash will be 2 inches shorter than normal. Not a big deal. The fridge cabinet, however, was installed a bit higher so we could fit a standard fridge in here. Because we have a surround and it's a different color, the small height difference won't be noticeable. The kitchen is moving along really well. Yesterday we managed to get this, essentially this entire wall of uppers finished up. As you can see, we have a fridge cabinet here, and we're going to be using that gray green from IKEA. Forget the name, but that's going to be the same color as the bottom cabinets here. So I'm just about to put that rail. But just a quick little side note here, based on the IKEA measurements, the underside of your rail wants to be at 32 and 3/16. I have my laser on the wall here. It's shooting the line at the right height. But I just want to double check with my graduated level here that I put a mark at 32 and 3/16, and I just want to make sure that with the unevenness of the floor that I'm never below this, because that would make the plate too tight. And I double check a couple of key points just to make sure that all around the room there's not enough uneven flooring to kind of screw up this cabinet installation. Most IKEA cabinets at the moment, all the lowers are all on back order. So essentially once we have the rails put on, there's not much we can do but wait. I have most of the doors and the panels, I just have to wait for the cabinets. But however many weeks of back order this ends up taking can be sped up like this.
4 to 6 weeks later.
As I mentioned earlier, there was a whole bunch of stuff on back order, and I think I have all my pieces now, so I have a few pieces left to build, and then we're going to start assembling these uppers and finish all these little filler panels down here, and hopefully in the next couple of days we can actually get the kitchen all finalized. Originally, we were planning on having a 20-inch cabinet here, and for some reason, when we switched the order and we switched this wall up, I forgot to order a 15. So what I'm going to try to do is actually modify this cabinet. I'm going to try to take 5 inches off the top here. So let's see if we can make this happen. So I have the cabinet fully disassembled. I marked 5 inches off the top. I set my guide. And so I'm going to chop this off, and then I'm going to use this piece here to be my template so I can re-drill these exact holes to use the same mounting hardware, hopefully. The configuration here is a little bit weird because we have a range here, and then we have a dishwasher, and we just have this little panel here separating it, and that's just because it's so tight, nothing else we can do. I just happen to have 2 spare cabinets. So one's 24 inches wide, which is the standard width of a dishwasher, and then one is 30 inches wide, which is the standard width for a range. It's really tight, as you can see, but I managed to put these in there just so I can make sure that I have my clearance. It's also going to hold my piece straight. I'm going to level it, put a couple of brackets in the wall and the floor, and then the countertop is going to rest right on top of here. The bulk of the kitchen is done now. I even have all the shelves put in. Some of the doors need to be adjusted because they're kind of a little skewed, but that I'm going to do at the very end. I'm getting ready to do the door handles. What we're using is this nice little brass door handle. I'm going to make a little jig out of some leftover plywood, and that'll make it a lot faster to drill these holes. I'm here bright and early this morning to get everything finished up in the kitchen. Last night we finished that backsplash wall. It turned out really nice. Now I have everything set up. I have the laser, I have the mortar mixed. So I'm gonna finish this wall, and then we're gonna be all done with the kitchen. So let's tackle this very last part. Now that the kitchen's complete, we are back in the office for a cost breakdown. Speaking of the office, you guys seem to really have liked this video. It's my most viewed video so far, so if you haven't seen it yet, check it out up here. Like I mentioned earlier, by doing this yourself, you can save thousands of dollars. Paying someone to do this is extremely expensive, but if you prepare a little bit and you do some research, I think this is a job that you can fully tackle on your own. If we look at the cost breakdown for the kitchen, the entire IKEA order, including the cabinets, doors, door hardware, countertops, and sink, was just $2,300 Canadian. That's under $1,900 US. We bought a few other things off Amazon, such as a nice brass faucet for $180, a range hood for $84, and 15 handles we needed for $46. The tile, mortar, and grout came to around $150 Canadian. Of course, I'm not counting the tools needed to do this job, but a few basic woodworking tools such as a circular saw, a level, a drill is mostly all you need for the cabinets. For tile, you can get away with a few buckets and some cheap trowels from the Home Depot. And don't forget, a lot of local hardware stores will rent out equipment so you don't have to buy expensive tools just for one job. That's going to be it for the cost breakdown. So for under $3,000 Canadian or $2,400 US, a little bit of time and some elbow grease, you can have a beautiful new kitchen. Well guys, that will do it for the kitchen episode. The kitchen is probably my favorite part in this place. I find the color combination with the wood countertops, the kind of gray green and the white and the brass handles, it just looks amazing. It looks even better in person than I can capture on camera, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. Isa did a fantastic job with the color choices, but it is time to say goodbye, so we'll see you in the next video. We'll do a nice tour of the place and give you the final lowdown. As always, if you like this video, please hit the like button down here. It also really helps the channel if you can hit that subscribe button down here. We're just over 3,000 subscribers now, so thank you so much guys. I really appreciate it, and it really motivates us to keep going. Lastly, if you want to be notified every time we make a new video, you can hit the little subscription bell down here. See you guys. Peace.